Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin, and it's Saturday, so it's time for my weekly roundup. What is a weekly roundup, you might ask? It is where I chronicle my week in crafting generally. I have been talking about my books I've been reading at the end, but spoiler alert, I've forgotten it, and I didn't get much reading done. We had a very busy week, and it slid. So I'm going to double down next week and make that a priority again. And I will share that next week. So what do I have for you today? I have dirty glasses. I have one finished object, and that's because I was looking around it and saying, wow, you really just have big projects. I needed something small to get a win. So if you watched my Joann's haul video, I just realized I forgot to do a drawing for the Joann's giveaway yesterday. Should have been Friday. I will record that after I record this. So there will be a winner posted very shortly. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't think to check my calendar, and I really thought it was going to be drawn next week. But Bingo picked out a cake of Big Twist Static in the colorway pink multi, red pink multi. I don't remember. It's in my box of labels. Here it is. Pink multi. Big Twist Static, pink multi. It's a bulky 5. They say it's a roving style. I think it probably did even out to a 4, to a 5, but I was seeing a lot of 4s and even parts where I think it went down to a 2. It got like thread-like at sometimes. It was weird, but I think the hat it made is super cute, and it's her very first slouchy beanie. They want you to use 5 to 6 millimeter knitting needles and a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, which is crazy to me. If it's a bulky 5, why are you going that small? I used a J hook on this hat, so a 6 millimeter. Yeah, 131 yards, 3.5 ounces, 120 meters, 100 grams. And so this is what I made. I started it using Crystal at Bag O Days. She has like a shell stitch beanie. It's going to be linked down below. And I did it to her specifications and then tried it on, and it was way too big. So I ripped it back to the 5th row. I did it so it's 8 shells around. So Crystal has you increase until it's 12 shells around. That was far too big for a toddler head. So 8 shells is what I did. And Crystal has you go for like 13 or 14 rounds. I believe I stopped at 11, maybe 12. I tend to do odd because of, like, I like the symmetry of even, and then a divider. I know it's not technically symmetry, but to me it makes sense. So I like odd. And then we were watching Obi-Wan on Disney Plus. So I didn't want to pull out the tutorial for the brim, but I had watched through the change from the shell stitch to the brim, so I knew what to do there. And then I just did 5 rows of half double crochets and finish it off with a row of single crochets. And it's adorable. She's happy. She loves her hats. And I'm debating putting a palm because of how you had to cram so many shells in. There is a bit of a hole that I can't get to close. So I might do a palm on it. I might not. What do you guys think? Vote yay or nay in the comments. Yes palm, no palm. Are my palms easily accessible? They are. I got some pictures for Bingo's room. I've been hiding them in here so she doesn't go crazy. So here I do have some paler pink ones I could do. Does that look cute? That might look cute. are you? There you are. What do we think? Palm or no palm? Vote down below. I also have like gray or black palms in there, but I think she'd like a pinky one. So yes, that's my one completed object. It will be linked down below if you're interested. It worked up so fast. Like I got to the full 12 shells in, gosh, maybe a half hour. So it was not like, you know, sometimes when you frog it, it's just soul crushingly exhausting to try to frog it. It was not. I will say that yarn does have some fuzz halo to it, and at times the frogging hung up, but I was able to just kind of tease it a little and it came apart. What do we want to do next? I said I had one finished object. I have two. I am so excited. I was literally crying in the bathroom when I tried this on because this represents so much work. Oh my gosh. But I finished the Maja cardigan. So here it is. That's the name. It's a drops design pattern. This was on my goal for this week. I thought it was a stretch goal. I didn't think I was going to make it. I finished it this morning. And I'm proud of this one, you guys. I don't tend to make knit wearables for myself. So this is the first one I've made that's actually fit me, that I haven't had to, you know, give away to somebody else because it was of no use to me. But I am so proud of it. And here it is in all its glory. And I'm sure somewhere the sleeves ended up a touch long, so I had to cuff them. But that, I do not mind that. I actually thought it looked pretty cute cuffed. Here she is. And I'm, like I said, I'm sure there's a end I forgot to weave in somewhere. And I'm going to find it down the line. But that's it is done. She's done. And she is beautiful. And I'm so proud. Like I said, this pattern was challenging. And I did it. Oops. Looks like maybe the cat got to it. But here she is. See, just a little long in the sleeves. But cuff it up a bit. And you're just fine. And there we go. Oh, that's a little... There we go. So I thought the sleeves were going to be a problem because as I was working up the pattern, there was some directions that made you go for length, but I was already beyond that length when I got to that point of the pattern, because there's a stitch repeat here where they tell you to do it 4 times. And by the time I finished the 4th go through, it was already beyond what they wanted the total length of the sleeve to be. And I still had to do the decreases. But I decided to just keep going because I would rather have too long than too short, because you can always cuff. Or you can just have a longer sweater that keeps your hands a little warmer. You know, whatever the day brings. But here she is. Oh, I am so happy. So I'll turn so you can get the full effect. I'm proud. It did call for buttons. The kids and I voted and decided no buttons. So she has no buttons. Also, when working it up, there was a decrease on the front panels here for the lapel. And I was worried once I got it sewn together it was going to look funny, but I don't think it does. The one thing, I think in the picture, she has a bit more of a severe V-neck. Can you see? And I would not really get that. Like, it wouldn't start down there. It would start more up there. So even if I had done the buttons, I think the buttons would have put the positioning of the buttons at a weird spot on my body. So I think no buttons was a good choice here. But yeah, I am so proud of this one. I did it, guys. I did it. And like I said, I thought there's a good chance this would not happen this week, but we made it. What else do I have to show you? I also finished the front panel of Chomps' Triceratops sweater. So it's all finished, little shoulders, a little neck hole, the triceratops, and all of the ends are woven in. Looks a mess, but things will relax a little bit once it gets blocked. I don't normally block things, but because it's intarsia and you need some of the stitches to settle in, I will block at least the front panel of that. But if you're going to block the front, why not block the back and block it all? So I'll get out the blocking mats for that. But, so I got that. And then I started the sleeve. I'm like 6 rows in on the sleeve. So we're getting there. We're honing in on the end. The other news I did, as you saw last week. Oh dear, how did I throw this in the bag? Oh, come on. Don't fall off. Don't fall off the needles. Don't fall off the needles. Okay, I finished Clue 1 of the Stephen West Make-Along Twists and Turns. I have begun Clue 2, and I am enjoying Clue 2 immensely. But there it is, and I've pulled out my pop color. It's going to be this lovely orangey brownie. Oh, it's beautiful. It's the Blackbird Sycamore yarn, sock weight. The colorway is cinnamon. It's pretty. I'm a little worried it's not going to be as poppy as I had hoped, but I think I really like the color palette, and I think it's going to look lovely. So there we go. Got Clue 2 on the go. It is much easier. What everyone was saying is correct. It is manageable. It is enjoyable after getting out of Clue 1. And then the final thing, wait, let me, before I say final, yep, because the project is still in my car, so I do not have my Lavender Cardigan from Melissa Crochets with Love in the last mesh row, and then I would do one more row of half doubles, and then my first panel will be done, and I can start my second panel. So that is also moving along. The other one I have in works is Sophie's Universe, and I finished part 3. Where is the overall pattern? Right here. So here is Sophie's Universe. Oh, I've conveniently got them in all in order. Oh, you don't need to see that. It says part 3. Anyway, so I'm doing Sophie's Universe. And this was the 2015 KAL that many channels are doing. There is a hashtag Sophie 2023. It's a lot of fun. I am enjoying it. I'm using it as a scrap buster, and I'm just using scraps that I've had. You know, everybody's got the scrap bin. This is my scrap bin now. Although I did pull out that my final row here is the Pound of Love in Sea Salt that I thought I might use in my Heartthrob blanket, but decided not to, and it was just sitting on the table, and I was like, it's not going back on the shelf, it's going in the Sophie bag. So it did, and it made it into Sophie round 3. So there you go. I did do the optional crab stitch, and then the other new color introduced this time is mustard. There we go. Colors I have run out of. I've run out of this purpley in the middle, the coral, and I've run out of this blue. So we're going to see some other new colors. I still have this purple. I still have the dove gray, and I've got this, which is, oh, it's a long discontinued red heart color wheat, I think. And then introduced the gold. I've still got more of that. And yeah. So we will still see some colors pulling through, but I have started to run out. But that is the whole point of Sophie. Use up those scraps in a way that is beautiful. And it is so beautiful. So I've already printed up part 4. I've pulled out some new colors into, I'm using a Santa sack from Lion Brand for it. And yeah. So we're going to see how that goes. I've pulled out a blue, kind of a tealy, a dark teal to replace that lost blue. And then I had some red heart ombre in coral, sea coral. And I thought that might be a kind of tonally replacement for the pinks and the kind of pinky purple one that ran out as well. So you can kind of still pull those colors up without having those exact colors. That's the theory. See if it works, right? So my calendar. We've got the cross stitch winner tomorrow. We're going to have Chomps' birthday winner on Wednesday. I've got, we're probably going to go do 2 openings next week. I've got a mystery box from Mama G Gear that I need to open. And then I got my box from Melissa Crochets with Love today with the granny squares in it. I'm so excited to see what's in there. And then on Thursday, I will do my things we're making Thursday. Jenna, you've got it in my head. Things we're making Thursday. Friday, we'll be back with the Poor Decisions. I think it will be live, but I know there are tons and tons of parties going on that day because it's January 27th. And there's a Melissa from Melissa Crochets with a birthday party. Nicole from Fibromyalgia Yarn Resin is having her 1K party. The Crotchety Clogger is having her birthday party. Yes, I believe it's birthday and not putiversary. So there are parties galore on Friday. We would not go live until after the kids those go to bed. And if something, I'll check before we go on. It'll be like 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Is it daylight? I don't know which one it is. Central Time. We'll just leave it at that. Let's check out my Crojo planner. See how we did. On monthly goals, the Maja cardigan gets checked off of the monthly goals. I do have to weigh this because this will go into my weight of yarn used for Bridget from Queen's Crafts by Bridget's, her D-Stash 2023. I'll add that because this is very, very old stash yarn. And then on the weekly goals, where are we? Part 3 of Sophie. Yes, we completed it. We did do part 2 of the Heartthrob. I'm in the middle of part 3 of the Heartthrob, so I can't cross off part 3. I did do the cardigan. I wanted to make a hat, which I did. I wanted to make a scrunchie and get a tutorial or review filmed, and neither of those things happened. So that's pretty good. I'm going to give myself a thumbs up on my weekly goals because this was a big deal. And I did get the hat done, which was awesome. So I don't know what my weekly goals for next week will be. Well, it will be finish Heartthrob. You know, we're gonna keep pushing a scrunchie forward, and then well, can I spell tutorial? Maybe. Tutorial or review filmed. I don't think I'm close enough to completion on any other projects to put it on here, which means I think I'm gonna miss my monthly goal of finishing the Dinosaur Sweater for Chomps. But it's getting close. It is getting close. Okay, I will stop taking up your time and yammering away and talk to you all later. Bye-bye!